Hello guys and welcome to another video here on the Mad Chili channel. Today it is a new season time on iRacing 21 season 2 and this is the most exciting thing of the build, GT3 Fixed. So this follows the VRS calendar and it does fixed races to coincide. Basically it goes perfectly with the VRS. So say VRS goes from 2 until 3, this will go from 3:15 to 10 to 4 in time for the next VRS race at 4. Perfect! Means you never have to have a break in between GT3 racing and they go to the same tracks. And it's also taught me that the included setups for iRacing is actually pretty good. I started practicing out this week in the Craig setup shop setup, and I started practicing in this setup for the fixed series, and I actually really liked it. I set a really good lap. I qualified P5, and I liked it so much that I actually kept it for the open race. In my opinion, it was actually better than the Craig setup for this week. I don't think that'll be the case every week. I think it's actually going to be quite specific. iRacing have only got a choice of 3 setups that they can give these fixed GT3s, so obviously 3 setups won't be enough to cater for every track, so it certainly isn't a replacement for paid setups. But for some tracks, I think these setups are actually pretty decent. Now, today I haven't had the best of days. I've done 2 races. I didn't record either of them. The fixed race, I started P5, made it up to P2, and then span it out of P2. I was so cross. I could have easily got a P2, and I span it. I was back to about P5, and then some idiot Mercedes dive-bombed me and took me out of the race, so I finished near the back. And then another VRS race later on. I qualified 13th, made my way up to 11th. Again, going quite strong, and I just lost it all on my own, and was back. I only got back to 16th, actually, because the car was a little bit damaged, but it weren't too bad, so in the end, I didn't really lose any iRacing out of that one. I lost a bit of safety rating, but it wasn't too bad, so hey, the second race, but this is now my 3rd race of the day, second fixed race of the day. Now, you can't put qualifying fuel in these cars, you have to use race fuel in qualifying with these fixed setup series, so out we go then. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how we're doing. I'm typically much better at fixed setup racing. I've noticed a lot of the really quick guys, they can't quite adapt to these setups. They're used to having their own setups that they've made themselves, and they're used to being really quick with those setups, so having to go back to fixed setups that are maybe not as good. Again, if you're very, very quick, the setup makes a big difference. You need to get a lot out of the setup, but if you're quite slow, obviously you're not pushing the car to the limit, and therefore the setup maybe won't make quite as much difference. So that's where people like me come in. Now obviously, yeah, I'm hoping to be pretty good. It's quite a small field, this one, only 19 in this race. And we're car number 2. Now car number 1 was quicker than me in practice, but I don't recognise anyone else that was quicker than me in the practice session I was in. So hopefully we can get a good lap in. Now, it depends on how fast the server is. The server was about 7 or 8 tenths slower than my best in the practice session I was in, and everyone was doing those kind of times, apart from a couple of Division 1 guys. So that's why versus my optimum best, I probably won't be hitting it. I think that best lap I did was in a server that had very good race conditions. So, but anyway, out we go then to start our lap. We'll know how good the setup is, how good the server is, based on how much time we lose in a straight line. If you lose lots, it means the engine's down power because of the temperature conditions outside, and therefore everybody will do a lap that's about 6 or 7 tenths slower. So we'll see what it's like. I didn't get the greatest run out of turn 1 there. Turn 1 at Watkins Glen is a turn I either absolutely nail or I mess up a little bit, and I have no idea how to make sure I don't mess it up anymore. But the bus stop, I recently discovered you can actually cut quite a bit of that curve on the inside of the bus stop. I didn't know you could do that, so that's given me quite a bit of lap time cutting that. It's also made the bus stop a lot easier for me, so that's nice. Oh, it wasn't great for the carousel though. And then make sure I didn't spin it into here while turning, being a little bit on the brakes. Done that well. Okay, the server looks to be slightly quicker than the practice session I was in earlier, but maybe not quite as quick as the one I was in earlier, the actual race. discovered a slightly new line through there that everyone else was taking, braking a bit later and going out wide. I always thought that was slower, but it does actually seem to be pretty quick. Watkins Glen is going to be one of my favourite circuits on iRacing. I'm definitely very quick around it compared to how quick I am around some other places. This lap's been pretty decent actually. I'm pretty pleased with it so far. I think I can do better. Obviously that's why we get 2 laps. Now I haven't decided whether staying in 3rd or 4th is quick around there. I honestly don't know. 3rd is a bit slower and you get a slightly better exit, but it's slower. 4th is slightly quicker through the corner, but you seem to get a worse exit. And I've had trouble kind of seeing which one's best. Now, that lap time wasn't the best. We messed up the first corner and obviously messed up the last corner as well. So we're already kind of on a 10th up on our previous. If you want to look at our versus best on the steering wheel below the RPM, not on the steering wheel, on the dash. Below the RPM it says delta. That's what we are versus the lap I just set. The bus stop we were much better. Now the area where I messed up that first lap was exit of the carousel. We haven't done that this time, so we gain a lot of time. This is a good lap so far on a server that's almost certainly slower than the one I set my best lap in. I haven't done that wide line through that corner quite as much as I'd want to, but we're still okay. But obviously we carry a bit more speed through the corner, so it evens out the slightly worse exit. Really good through there as well. That's nice.
That's a new fastest lap for Olsen, 147.05. The leader's just done 146.92.
Looking at those times, getting pole might be quite difficult. Right, come on, let's do a good lap. There you go, so we're about 2 tenths up there. I don't think it'll be enough for pole, but it's a good lap. Boom, P5. I'll take that. I will take P5. In fact, if I'd done a really good lap, maybe I didn't, maybe if I didn't quite muck, I think I mucked up the second to last corner a teeny bit. I could have maybe got an extra 10th, but I think that would have been pushing it, to be honest. I don't think we were in contention there for pole. The guy was really quick in our practice session, car 1. He's actually a little bit down on what he did in practice. So, P5 though, I'm really pleased. I qualified P5 earlier as well. So, again, to be honest, if I can get a top 10, I might gain iRating, I might not. It depends on, actually, let's have a look. Okay, this split is actually pretty condensed. My iRating for this season has left me right at the bottom of Division 2. However, I'm still good enough to be classified Division 2. So this split is, you basically got the top bit of Division 3 and the bottom bit of Division 2 in this split. So it's a very, very evenly matched split, meaning that finishing the top half should gain iRating is usually how a very tight split works. So top 10 is what we're aiming for. Behind 8th, there looks to be a bit of a cushion of 4 tenths. So those people may start to back away. Now, I'm starting on the outside by the looks of it, which is a bit of a worry. Starting on the inside is a lot better at Watkins Glen. That first corner, people tend to get shoved out who start on the outside. That's how I gained positions on both of my starts so far today. I gained 3 positions on one start and 2 on the other because I started on the inside. So that's a little bit disappointing unless someone happens to set a quick lap. Everybody's qualified, actually, apart from car 15. Okay, they attempted to qualify. They've got 5 incidents. Okay. Obviously, I really am looking for just a low incident race here. The downside of this GT3 Fixed series, because it's only a 20-minute race, you cannot get anywhere near the amount of incident points you get in GT3 Open with the 40-minute races. Earlier, I got 6 incidents plus 2 in qualifying, so 7 in total, because it's like 50% in qualifying. So 7 incidents, and that was enough to drop my safety rating by quite a lot. So really, we're aiming for something under 4 incidents, really, in this race. But anyway, let's start then. On the grid, 1 minute 40 seconds, full pace lap around Watkins Glen.
Good luck, have fun, everybody.
And to be honest, I just want to get through this race without spinning. That's all I want to do. Honestly, like, without getting crashed into. I just want a good race. Today has not been... I've lost about 50 iRating. So, although as I said, that was mostly from the first race. The second one I did was not too bad. I am blinking out occasionally. That's a little bit annoying, but who knows. Also, the fact that I'm better through the bus stop now has given me a bit of confidence, obviously. That was one of the areas where I was being attacked a lot, was into the bus stop, so being slow into the bus stop didn't help my defence against positions. Honestly, the bus stop at Watkins Glen, I don't like it that much. I absolutely love the rest of the circuit, but the bus stop, I prefer it when you do the classic boot layout, as in the one that doesn't have the bus stop. But never mind, we'll see what happens. It does always, yeah, I don't know. Bus stops and American tracks, they basically all have one. Almost all of them do. And I don't
P6, the track temp is 37 Celsius.
Because in slower cars, they're quite nice, but in a GT3, you've got to take them right on the edge of...
Follow car number 13, in the right column.
And there's quite a risk there of it just spinning. Or getting on... Obviously, it's quite rough here at Watkins Glen with the curbs as well, so you don't really... It is a little bit dangerous. Don't want to spin, obviously. That's my main aim for this race, is just don't spin. Now obviously, unlike the GT3 Open, there are no pit stops in this series. So we start with exactly the same 60 litres of fuel, and everyone has exactly the same setup on board. Now one thing I have noticed with this is that the BOP seems to be done quite well, at least with fixed setups anyway, because as you can notice, in the top six we have a McLaren, an Audi, and a Ferrari. And behind us, I believe that's the BMW. So there's quite a bit of good BOP going on this season. I think the Mercedes was also given a big boost, so I've seen a lot of Mercedes. This isn't top split, so there'll be all the really quick Mercedes guys will probably be in top split, because that is the car that has been worked out to be the quickest, but obviously maybe not necessarily. I think some people as well don't own the Mercedes, because for absolutely years, apparently, the Mercedes has been terrible on iRacing compared to the other GT3s. In terms of its performance, its BOP has never been done very well. But this season, they seem to have finally realised that it deserves a boost, and they have given it quite a big boost. And the Audi and the McLaren, I think, have both been downgraded, actually. I think the Ferrari basically stayed the same with the BMW. I think they both basically stayed the same for this new season. I just choose the Audi out of personal preference, to be honest. I absolutely love this car. Even though it can be a bit wild at times, I'm definitely quickest in the Audi overall. It's just about learning it. But in this race, I'm not going to be nearly as defensive as I was in the other races. In both races, my crashes were caused by either someone dive bombing me for a position, or in the other one, someone pressuring me for a position and me making a mistake. Yeah, if someone faster is behind me, I think it's wiser to just let them go. Sitting there draft as well. Around Watkins Glen, being in the draft is very important, because it's quite, there's quite a long straight here and on the main straight as well. So a draft makes a big difference. So sitting behind them, maybe I can draft with them and pull away from the other pack, you know. But we're starting quite near the front, obviously, yeah, top 10 to aim for here, maybe a top 8 would be nice. But more than anything, I just want to get a good race in. I just want to get to the end with no damage, little incidents. That's what would make me happy. And in these races, that will guarantee you a fairly high position, just getting to the end cleanly, because there are some people who are quite slow, a bit off the pace. There are other people who may have accidents. So even if I only want to lose just 10 iRating, that's the approach I want. What are these guys doing? They're a little bit... Okay, that start has not been the best. They're a little bit messed up. The inside lane seems to have been given a bit more of a jump. Whoa, that guy was braking a lot into turn 1. I didn't expect that. He broke way more than I thought. There's a guy on my inside, so we have to be careful of him.
Clear on the right.
There you go, we're clear. So I think I've lost one position, maybe. Oh, this Ferrari's got a good run on me now. He's trying it around the outside. Yeah, I haven't had the best of starts here.
Still there. Still there. Clear left. Good job.
Okay, that Ferrari behind us
Let's build on it.
backed out. He was very sensible there. I am thankful for that. And now I just want to get absorbed into the race. I just want to get into some pace, avoid accident. You know, we're down to P7, but P7 is a good position. I just want to sit here if I can, really. Being the draft train of these guys, maybe try and separate ourselves out from the car behind, although that doesn't seem to be happening. That Ferrari behind us is quick. Obviously, I think he had a bit of poor qualifying. Oh, that Audi there being a little bit aggressive on the back of that Ferrari. And now he's being aggressive with the defence on me as well. He's certainly not wanting to give up any positions here, this guy. Now through here, the iRacing setup is great. That fast corner there. No. Okay, we're okay. Oh dear, I just got slightly on the grass then. We've lost a lot of positions.
Clear, right side,
but crucially,
clear.
No damage.
Hard right. Clear right.
Unbelievable, every time with this.
What's going on, mate? Come on, get your act together. Yellow flag.
However,
16.
was that secretly a good thing? There was someone off to the side there, I think. Obviously, if people have crashes and get crashed down the way, then it's obviously a good thing that we're back here. I don't know, I'm just glad I didn't hit the wall. If I got damaged, that would have been it. You know, if I was slow in a straight line, that's it around Watkins Glen. Okay, this guy's going to let me go.
Coming up on your right side clear.
So that's nice of him.
Cast their stuff, we'll have some more of that.
Very good driving by that guy. He saw that I was quicker and that I just made a mistake. He thought, right, I'm going to let this guy go. Obviously, it avoids him crashing. He can follow my draft as well. That's the sort of race that we want. It's not about making my life easier and his life easier, but it's also just avoiding collision, really. I mean, obviously, to be fair, that spin out was totally my fault. I just got a little bit on the grass, trying to extend the track a bit. And yeah, I'm a bit cross about that, really. I was, again, in a good position, but hey, I'm quicker than these guys up here, so hopefully I can claw back some of the... Right, I'm quicker than this guy in the Ford, I know it. Oh no!
The leader was just done at 147.10.
No, this guy's going to try and get me again. No! My car just went straight on there.
He's still there. Right side's clear.
You've just done a 149.19.
Oh, has there been a crash? I think that's a bugged yellow flag.
Off the pace.
I've seen it going off loads. I think it's one of those bugged yellow flags like the one at Daytona. Right, come on, I need to catch up to these people. I made a bit of a mistake at that last corner again. Right, I think we can get this Ford soon. This is the downside of me having that incident there, though I'm kind of trapped behind these people. They're much slower than me, but there's not an awful lot I can do. Oh, here you go. I think we're in a good spot against this Ford here.
He's on your left side. Clear left.
Okay, Morgan, don't let this guy distract you.
Oh, car got a bit loose on exit there, but I think we're okay. So we're up to P14 now.
Come
Still
on,
got
keep digging. 15 minutes left, that's 15 minutes.
Well, I can catch back up to these guys now. Good practice as well for racecraft this. I've always
get behind us now.
not been very good at passing people. So, you know, I'm trying to make a move work without getting incidents, without crashing. Oh, we've got an incident ahead of we. There's a BMW just in the middle of the track.
Fastest lap for Fernandez,
And that was P8, so that was where we were before that incident. We were in P7, so maybe it was good that we avoided that.
P13.
So this is what I mean though, being at the back does mean that when these incidents happen, you're in a bit of a safer place, which is obviously good. Right, so we're falling behind this McLaren now.
The guy in front is Curtis.
And we're into P13, which is really good. You know, we've climbed back up a little bit. I mean, I'm catching these guys. These guys are in a train and they're all quite slow, but because they're in a train, I can't really do anything. They're all trying to pass each other at the same time, so honestly I think we'll have to just wait until one of these guys crashes or causes a bigger incident that slows them all down, and we'll have to capitalise on that. Whoa, the traction control out that corner up there is horrible. It almost like, you know, it really does make your exit worse. But with these setups, you can't alter the traction control. You have to, it's all locked, every single thing. Apart from the brake bias. The brake bias is the only thing that isn't locked in these cars in this series. And that won't do a lot to stop traction control out of a corner. It's more about going into a corner, brake bias. And braking. Well, this BMW is clearly holding these guys up. They're all over the place trying to get by-in.
Alright Morgan, stay close, wait for him to make a mistake.
There you go, they're going for a move. We don't want this to end badly. We all know that BMW is slow and it's frustrating these guys. That Mercedes, you can tell, is quite angry trying to get past the BMW. It's like, look at me, I'm in the mirror. Get out of the way. And obviously, that's only going to end in a crash. If these guys go side by side into the bus stop, I am backing out. Because the amount of times I've seen that end in a massive accident, it's not wise. Oh, that BMW, he's slow. Has he got damage or something? Really holding us up. The Mercedes actually successfully made the pass. I was going to say, there's no way the McLaren's going to make a move into there. That was stupid. We're okay. Honestly, though, just because that spin, we're now stuck up here in this groove. If I hadn't had to deal with these guys, that would have been even better. We're not even halfway through yet, though, so anything can happen. The McLaren's going for the move on the BMW. The thing is, until that McLaren gets the move done, I can't really get past the BMW or the McLaren. I just have to let them fight it out, really. If I try to get involved, it's just going to end in a crash or something, unless I can make a move happen on the McLaren first. See, there's a white Mercedes at the front of this group as well that's being pushed by this whole group, so they're obviously a bit down on pace. But I don't really fancy being involved in that. Somehow this Mercedes is backing this entire group up. It's not good at all.
Okay Morgan, 10 minutes to go.
Oh dear, they're going side by side in a place.
We still might get something out of this.
Side by side.
We're halfway home. Fuel looks okay.
McLaren up ahead on a bit of a twitch there. I think we can get it. Oh, McLaren almost shut the door on me there. This is getting intense. Okay, these guys are just going to have a big scrap now. They're both too wide. BMW there, just shopping me.
On your right. Still there. Right's clear, good job.
I was trying to make the move work on the BMW there in a bit of an unusual place, but I figured why not have a go since the BMW is slow. But sadly it didn't pay off, so I'm still stuck here in P13, so not good. Oh, BMW through there, been a bit old, and that black Ferrari up there was off the road as well. Thing is, I need to get past these guys, but I haven't quite got it at the moment. Okay, they're going side by side into the bus stop again. Actually racing tremendously cleanly.
Okay, Morgan, the next car is Curtis.
Left side.
Ferrari head's lost it.
Left side's clear.
So we'll make the pass on him.
Right's clear.
So that's up to P12. And now this group is free a bit more, I think. That black Ferrari, so now we've kind of been separated into as two smaller groups. Good racing. I'm starting P12 now. I'd like to get to P9, P10 maybe. That would be nice. But I have a feeling the McLaren and the BMW are going to fight, and it might turn bad.
P12.
It does turn bad, that fight up there. I'm going to be ready. So you can see already the McLaren's got a big run on the BMW down the straight. It's going to be looking. That BMW is actually blocking quite a bit there. That was not the nicest of driving. Looks like the BMW's just letting the McLaren have it. Sensible. Although it didn't cause a crash. Which for us, I guess,
don't let him through.
I'm not sure it's a good thing. Who knows? BMW's slow out here. I can't really do anything into this corner though. I can try and get a better exit than the BMW. I haven't really done that. I can get a better exit than the BMW out of here. Again, haven't really done anything. I'm just stuck behind this guy.
On your right. Keep it steady, still there.
Oh, and the BMW's left a gap, and we're in
Still
that
there.
gap.
Still there. Keep it together, hold your line.
We did kind of run the BMW a bit off the road there.
Well done, Morgan. Nice move, mate.
I ran him off the road a teeny bit there. That maybe wasn't the nicest of driving from me, but we got the position. It was zero incidents.
Looking all right here.
So therefore,
Concentration, nice and smooth.
it was okay. If it's zero incidents, that means that the game didn't deem it as anything, any harsh contact. He didn't go off track. He didn't get any incident points. So
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left.
right, we're into P11
Half your
now.
fuel left.
So I'm okay with P11. We're actually only a few places behind where we were before. Before the crash. So that's okay. But unfortunately, I've spent so long trying to make that position work.
Curtis ahead is now 0.9.
We don't have very long left now. Oh, someone span up ahead, I think. That's slowed the McLaren right down. Although he's defending, he's saying, nope, you cannot pass. So we're up to P10, that's brought me right close to this McLaren now as well. Again, I'm much quicker through that corner than a lot of other people.
Right side. Clear on the right.
We'll try a repeat of what we did on the BMW, and this time he's actually,
Good move, mate.
unlike the BMW, tried to stay side by side, he accepted the move was done. Now I've got to try and accelerate away from this guy, because I'm not going to have a draft on the next straight, so he can potentially come back at me on the bus stop, which is not what I want.
That's your fastest lap.
We want to get a good exit, which we do, get a really good exit. So that's crucial.
Just ignore him, he'll go away.
And then if we can make it past the bus stop without this guy making a move, then I know that I think I can pull away from him.
Left side. You're clear on the left side.
Car in front is for you.
So there you go, we held our position well. And now is when I hope we can try and keep this position. Obviously, I know I'm quicker through this corner coming up now, so I'm going to really make an advantage of that. In fact, I think I broke earlier than him, but that is the thing with that corner. Braking earlier is actually quicker. I've been really good through this bit on the lap.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That was
Pay attention to
close.
track limits, please, Morgan.
And that car ahead, I think there was a
You got
car
one
that
left
span off or something. Oh, that was
He's still
close. I didn't know he was that close to me.
He's still there.
Yeah, I made a little mistake through that. That was
Still there.
good.
Still there. Clear on the left.
Well, to be honest, I think he should have waited because he's not going to get a good exit on me now. Actually, he is. How on earth has he done that? I need to keep this position, that's the thing, I need it. Just because of that small mistake, I was pulling away from him.
Car left. Clear left. Good job, buddy.
Also, I don't know if that guy is going to be as nice into the bus stop as on the last lap as he has been previously. Again, just need to put away from that McLaren. I can do that, we're good.
You got one right side.
Okay, he knows. Oh!
Still there. Right side clear.
He knows that I
Don't give up, keep him under pressure.
brake earlier into there, so he thought that he would take advantage of it, and he has done, so that's not great. We're back to P10.
You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
So I think I'm just going to sit here, to be honest, enjoy this, take this guy's draft. Maybe we can think about getting him on the last lap, but honestly, he's actually quite evenly matched to us.
10th position, one more lap to go. That lap time was 1:48.64.
Although he's gone very wide here, which has compromised his exit badly. Well, I couldn't really do anything about that run I got, unfortunately. If the run is good enough that you catch them before that bit, there's not a lot you can do. stop there now. Unfortunately, that Ferrari that spun out is now behind us. And I don't need that. I don't need any competition for the spot I'm in. We've also caught up this black Ferrari as well. It's got a bit of damage on the back of the car, so that'll be interesting. Oh, hang on, we're on the last lap. I didn't know we were on the last lap. I honestly thought the next one was the last lap. Well, there we go. He was going to try running out some of that Ferrari there. But learning how this guy in that McLaren has drove, I don't think he's going to be aggressive and try to get past. I think he's just going to sit in P9. He's been a very good driver, actually. Oh, that was close.
Good race, everybody. Well done.
Car just tried to kill me.
Nice battle.
Well, there we go. So we come home P10 in the end. I'll take that. I'll take that. I probably won't gain my rating.
Thanks, sorry for the cut.
P10.
And if I hadn't had that spin, it would have been a bit better. But we only had 3 incidents, which is good. And we got just, I think we basically hit, there's 19 cars, so pretty much top half of the field.
Good race.
So there we go. That was a good one. That was something else. Again, if I hadn't the span, I think we could have had P7. That was the 10 seconds that spin cost me. Again, I need to stop doing that. I really need to stop having that one moment in a race where I mess it up. I need to have 0 moments in a race where I mess it up. But to be fair, that wasn't too bad. I was very, very happy with that. So we'll see how it goes, really. I think we'll just see how the race goes. I'm not going to do the open sprint. I don't feel like any more iRacing today, or at least not until the evening. And I think that race went well enough to be considered good. I think we'll gain safety rating. It might only be a marginal amount, like 0.02. And iRacing, I reckon we'll probably lose about 10. Maybe we'll gain 10. But I think it depends on who finished ahead of us and who finished behind us. I didn't keep track of who it was who crashed out and disconnected, so we'll see. Is it going to come through, the results? Where are they? Hello, results. Also, in terms of time attack, I know I forgot to finish the Rallycross on road. I never got round to it, the last episode. Sorry about that. Although this season we do actually have the Mazda MX-5 time trial, which is all on 3 tracks. So we'll be able to complete that if you guys want a series on that. Excellent. We gained safety rating, and we only lost 3 I rating, which does mean that if I was able to keep my position ahead of the McLaren, we would have gained I rating. But hey, earlier I got 40 championship points. It was like 43, so 68 is a good improvement. It was split 3 that. This series is so popular right now. It's such a fun series. The GT3 Challenge Fixed, I've been really enjoying it. It's better than VRS, that's for certain. You know, I like... Oh, rip. Oops. I literally just crossed off iRacing by mistake. But yeah, it's a really good little series. Obviously, it follows the VRS calendar. It's great for me because, you know, I'm quite new to GT3s and iRacing. The only other GT3 experience I had previously was really on ACC. And to be honest, I just don't like ACC. I've never got on with it that well. I've always found it a little bit... I don't know how to describe it. I'm just slow. You saw my video I did. I really don't get on with ACC. I don't like it that much. I love how it looks, but again, this PC that I'm recording on currently can't really handle it. But it does look good. And also, it's just the lack of content with ACC that gets me. It's kind of like, it's a great game, but to be honest, it's just GT3 and GT4. And to be honest, there's not really much use for GT4. I mean, who actually uses... If you go onto the online public servers... Nobody uses GT4, so it's things like that, but it doesn't bother me that much. I'm just an iRacing guy, I guess, although I'm still quite new to it. But pretty good, obviously, safety rating. I got my A-Class licence, by the way. Over week 13, I was good enough to get promoted up to A-Class, which I was really good about after losing my A-Class licence, obviously, earlier in the season after having a horrendous few races in the Similar Production Car Challenge, which is why I will not be doing that series anymore. One thing that also disappoints me, iRacing have actually made a new thing about this series. I'm actually going to make a video about the new season, summing this up. But in short, all the series now have to have fixed amount of race lengths. So in VRS, they're planning to do a 75-minute at the Nürburgring. That can't happen. In IMSA, they were going to have 2 60-minute races. That can't happen. The Rough GT3 Challenge used to do 45-minute races along with its 30 minutes. Well, basically, each series now has to have a uniform length of race. So if the length of race is 40 minutes, every round has to be 40 minutes, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I did make that decision. They did. So, hey, that's that, I suppose, ain't it? So I hope you really enjoyed this video, guys, and I hope you enjoy. Hope you are going to enjoy the upcoming content from this season with the GT3 fixed. I've done plenty for Watkins Glen this week, so I may not do any more, although I probably will, actually, to be honest. I absolutely love Watkins Glen. It is my favourite circuit on the entire game. I think one of, anyway. I love... Yeah, to be honest, my favourites, I love Lime Rock, I love Watkins Glen. They're my favourites that I'm quick at. I'm not so quick at Road Atlanta, but I like it as well. I've also bought a lot of new content, so, you know, maybe we can see some of that. If you guys want some more NASCAR content as well, the NASCAR iRacing series I do whenever I can, whenever I own the track. I bought a couple more NASCAR tracks, so I can do the full-length Darlington race that's coming up in a few months. So... there you go. Also, I'm not going to be doing the GTE Endurance Series this season. It's actually basically the same tracks as last season, apart from the Nürburgring being the GP layout rather than the Nordschleife and Silverstone and Twin Ring instead of Circuit Gilles Villeneuve and Monza. But Daytona, Sebring, and obviously the Nürburgring, different layout, and Watkins Glen all remain the same, so I don't really fancy that. Also, to be honest, I just haven't got on with GTEs in iRacing. I've tested the Porsche GTE, and I really like it, but for this season, it wasn't on my priority to buy. I bought the Lamborghini Huracan GT3, so I can do some IMSA. So again, if you guys want to see some IMSA content on the channel, then, you know, say... the actual IMSA calendar is looking really good this season. They go to Watkins Glen Boot, so obviously with the practice I'm getting this week, that could be really fun. They also go to circuit to Barcelona, Catalunya. What's the historic layout? What's that? But yeah, I bought that, and week 6 is a week that I'm quite bored on iRacing because the GT Sprint is at the Nordschleife and the street stocks are at a track that I can't do, so I'm pretty limited on week 6. But yeah, what is the historic layout? I mean, is that like... it's basically the regular Grand Prix, just with a slightly more, slightly wider turn 10, and then no chicane at the end. That's nice, because that chicane right at the end is actually pretty horrible. But anyway, guys, I hope you really enjoyed. Also, if you want some more Rallycross content as well, obviously the new Rallycross circuit for Barcelona, Catalunya is out as well. And also the Michelin Pilot Challenge, the Porsche Cayman and the McLaren GT4, maybe. But I'm not going to be buying much for iRacing now this season. I think what I've basically got is what I'm going to keep, so hey. But I'm really pleased with that race. If you guys like the brand new GT3 Fixed series, comment down below if you prefer it to open one, I suppose. And, you know, do you like IMSA as well? IMSA or VRS? Who knows? Well, just comment down below what your opinions are on iRacing's Road Series. Anyway, hope you really enjoyed this video today. And there will be a bit of a lack of flight simming content over the next couple of weeks. Okay, yeah, there'll be a bit of a lack of flight simming content over the next few weeks as I'm quite busy. But in about 2 weeks' time, that should resume. I've only really got time for, you know, obviously iRacing takes a lot less time. It takes maybe 45 minutes of my time. Flight simming takes a bit longer, so there'll be a bit of a break on that content. But I'm good to see you guys are enjoying the content from the Fly UK flying series. I'm looking at the A350 maybe over the weekend just gone as well. I also tested out FSX. I flew from Heathrow to Chicago. I'm delighted to announce that with the PMDG 777 and UK 2000 Heathrow, the free version, it still had 1.1 gig of virtual memory left at the end. So thumbs up to that. But I hope everyone really enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next one. And bye-bye.